I want to talk to you about the royal news, and Prince Harry is reportedly in shock amid the fighting allegations at his former charity Centre Bali. What's the latest update on Centre Bali, and why is Harry shocked and reportedly heartbroken by the saga?
Yeah, I mean, this has been a really dark cloud over Harry and his charity work. And it's so unfortunate because, you know, Centre Bali is a charity for HIV patients.
Yes.
And that was really one of the causes that Princess Diana championed. It's sort of part of her legacy and therefore his legacy. So I think this is something that he's taken personally. There's reports that from family that he's just sort of shell-shocked. And you know, for so long, even since Harry's left the royal family, his charity work with Centre Bali, with Invictus, has sort of been a saving grace. It's been one of the few things that people have all kind of unanimously come together and said, you know, this is a wonderful thing. This is really meaningful work. So to have such a dark cloud over this is very unfortunate. You know, there was infighting between Harry, the Prince of Lesotho, who set up the charity with Harry, and then, of course, the chairperson who spoke out last week. She has accused Harry of sort of not prioritising the charity, of roping in Centre Bali with some of his Netflix filming commitments, which did create problems for the charity. There was a story about a polo match for Centre Bali, a charity polo match, that was basically descended into chaos because Harry decided to bring the Netflix crew and Meghan showed up, and it was just, you know, the priority was shifting away from the work of the charity, which is helping young people with HIV in Africa.
Yes.
Very, very unfortunate news. You know, I don't know how Harry's going to come back from this. I don't know if he'll start, you know, another charity, you know, maybe about HIV in Africa, or if he'll just sort of move on completely. But yeah, not good news for the Sussexes.
Very damaging for his brand. Harry and Meghan's former home, Frogmore Cottage, has been sitting empty for several years now, and you recently spoke to a high-end property expert in London. What kind of money could this home fetch as a rental, and who would likely be a tenant?
Yes, as you said, I mean, Frogmore Cottage has just been sitting there. It's on the Windsor estate. It's a newly renovated 4-bed, 4-bath house, you know, in a prime part of England. And it's sort of just sitting there. It's not being used. Buckingham Palace confirmed last July that it's vacant, that there's no plans to use it. And I do think that the next likely step could be possibly renting it out. We know that the royal family does on occasion rent out certain properties, either to people within the royal household or privately. They also rent things privately. And I sat down and I chatted to a property expert who works in that area. His name's Robin. And I said, you know, what kind of money could be at stake here? And he said, you know, not only is it in a great spot, it's a newly renovated house, it's in a very sort of private part of Windsor. It's also, you know, the royal prestige of it as well could be vital. And he thinks that it could fetch something like £40,000 a month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so basically that could be a rental income per year of 800,000 Australian dollars for the royal family, which would be welcome funds, because we know that the royal family is constantly, you know, in discussions with the government about their budget, you know, keeping budgets. You know, the royal family is like any other organisation or business that has to sort of cut down on costs.
Yeah.
So I think this is a practical way to get some use out of Frogmore Cottage. Robin also said that the home would be perfect for a diplomat or, you know, someone high profile that, you know, is able to be vetted by the royal family, but also that is, you know, prepared to pay that premium for the privacy. So yes, definitely stay tuned. I reckon in July, when the royal family will sort of make an update on Frogmore Cottage, I think we'll get a little bit more info.
Yeah, very interesting.